In about a week and a half, there's going to be a couple coming to stay with us for about a week. Titus and Sharon. They're from Oklahoma City, and we went to the same Bible school with them, and we were on the same team. And the reason they're coming is because their daughter was diagnosed with a very rare disorder of the nervous system called Alexander's disease. They got into a trial at CHOP, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. If you want to support them, I'm going to put a link in the description, but there's a link to kind of a crowdfunding to kind of help with their travels and help with these different checkups they may have. So if you like, please support them. This reminds me of a time when we took a trip to visit them. They were studying abroad, actually, or Titus was. He was studying his master's, studying a master's program in Tel Aviv, Israel. And so we decided we wanted to go visit them. So May and I and another sister, Priscilla, went to go visit them. So I'd like to talk about that trip and my experience of it. I would say it was one of the most, it's probably the most interesting place I've ever been. And probably it's because, not because there was a lot of different things to see, but I think just knowing the history of the area and just kind of like how the world's eyes are always on this little country, and particularly in this little piece of land in Jerusalem, that it made it so much more interesting to me. And I would say our experience there was just kind of amazing, just to be in this just to see all these historical places. I went a couple days later, so May actually saw a lot more than I did. But we went to Caesarea, we saw the aqueducts, we saw, a lot of different things. Then we went to Jerusalem. One of the things that stood out about the place was, going to the Temple Mount. And supposedly this is the location where the temple will be built. And once the temple is built, then, there's a fulfillment in the Bible that happens. But what's there right now is actually interesting. It's a mosque. And the mosque is on top of this, this actual, this very special place to actually the Muslims. And it's actually quite interesting to see, the Jews and the Muslims have a very different interpretation and importance to this area. Just to be there was kind of very surreal. And if you look up in the distance, you see the Mount of Olives. We were supposedly on some of the areas where the Lord Jesus walked. And so just going through all these different places, it was quite a surreal experience. We also visited the temple, I think it's called the Temple Institute, where there's a group of Jews who are responsible for taking care of all the furniture that goes into the temple. And there was the showbread table there. There was the incense altar. There's the lampstand. All these different things. Everything is there except for the ark itself, which they think is somewhere around that area that hasn't been excavated yet. So that just to know all these different things and to read about these different things in the Bible, it's just wow. Just kind of blows your mind especially after you come back and you realize where you've been. This brings me to the subject of these vlogs. They're not really becoming, I guess, daily vlogs or logs of what's happening in my life necessarily. I haven't really talked about what's been going on lately. I did mention that Titus and Sharon are coming. What I want to start doing once in a while is I have this project that I've been doing called the Daily Snap, and you can find it at thedailysnap.com. And what I like to do is start kind of looking back at my daily vlogs. I started in 2010, and what it is I take a picture, at least one picture a day, and it has to be me taking a picture that day. And it kind of over time, it tells a story. The first year, it kind of told a story of our transition into Philadelphia, our move to Philadelphia. So if you're interested in like hearing about a story of certain pictures. I mean, there's captions on there, but there's a story behind most of the pictures. You know, some of them are just very mundane things, but if you'd like to hear what, like a story about any of the, past pictures I've done, just go to the dailysnap.com/Patrick, and that you should find my pictures there. I know my sister-in-law posts pictures on her own account there, but if you go there, just, you can look at the past, all the way back to 2010, and if you'd like to hear a story about something, just let me know. Leave a comment. Maybe I'll make a video about it. Other than that, thanks for watching, and until the next one.